Hey guys, we are back once again. Another Wednesday. Psychic Shari YouTube channel. We're with Sherry Klein. Um, got another good show. Well, I say that every time. Maybe one day we'll have a bad show,
Maybe.
but I mean we're starting out, so it's all going to be good. No mini reads today, but we got a video premiere we're going to show to you. Good timing for this one too, because we just dropped the first in a long series, hopefully a long series of
Yeah.
training videos.
Mhm.
The series called Psychic Skills for Beginners. First one's out there, talking about clairs and the different ways that you can connect with your spirit team. So, very interesting. Invite you to really take a look at that video. This video is going to be a lot like that one. Um, it's going to talk about what it's like being a psychic. If you aspire to be that psychic, this is going to hopefully provide you some insights to it.
Yeah.
Also, celebrity vision for you. Sherry's going to talk about Ozzy Osbourne. Thanks to one of our viewers last week. I can't remember who that was that
I know, I
suggested.
can't either.
But thanks to them, this is kind of interesting. This is kind of unique. This is the first time you've done one that who's already passed. So this is the afterlife.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. I know we talked about this last week. Um, you feel energy. You talk to energy, and sometimes you can't tell whether they're alive or they're dead, or whether they
Correct.
have a body or whether they don't.
Mhm.
So you can do these spirit visions for energy, live people or dead people.
Right.
Right. Time is a dead person, right?
Yeah, and I've connected with people on the other side before, but I've never did the spirit art.
Yeah, right.
It just never dawned on me, and I thought it was so cool when one of our viewers said, "Hey, do that," and I thought, "Wow, I wonder all this time why I've never thought to do that."
Oh, yeah, I know. Um, so we're going to do that, and then as always, our alphabet messages today. Sherry's going to provide some spiritual advice to everybody that's watching the show, either live or in the future. It's going to work either way.
Right.
And finally, Sherry will give some readings to any viewer here. Comes on live and posts their requests in the comments. If you just want to post hi, we can
Right.
chat with you. Um, we can just converse with anybody that has any questions or anything like that. Um, so this overall should be a pretty good show. Hopefully, it's not too short. Last time we got a lot of interaction between our viewers.
Yeah,
Hopefully, we
we
can
did.
get that this time too.
Mhm.
Um, so let's start out with this video, okay?
All right.
I know this is what it's like to be a psychic. Sherry, you ought to know what
Yeah,
it's like.
I haven't seen the video, so I'll be curious, because everybody's different too. Every psychic's different.
It is. It is. Some people really have the gift, and some
Mhm.
people just have like a little touch of it.
Right.
It's like anybody can learn to be to play a piano, but not everybody can be a pianist, professional
Correct.
pianist. So
Yeah.
it is a matter of degrees. Okay, so let's get into this video.
Okay.
Everyone has psychic abilities to some degree, but there are a few where their abilities overshadow everyone else's. And this can dramatically affect their lives, both in positive and negative ways. In this video, we'll explore the unseen world of intuitive perception, the ways psychics communicate with the spirit world, and the cost associated with that gift. Uh, this in depth look at a psychic life will help you understand what life is like being a psychic.
In a world driven by logic and science, there exists a realm that defies conventional understanding, a realm where intuition, energy, and unseen forces converge. For centuries, psychics have walked among us, claiming to bridge the gap between the known and the unknown. What is it really like to live as a psychic? To see, feel, and know things others cannot? This exploration delves into the lives of those who possess extraordinary gifts, revealing the beauty, the burden, and the mystery of their existence. Today, we'll explore how life is different for those with this gift. We'll answer the question, what's life like being a psychic? The word psychic comes from the Greek psychikos, meaning of the soul. It refers to a range of intuitive abilities, including extrasensory perception, ESP, clairvoyance, telepathy, mediumship, and precognition. Those who identify as psychic describe an expanded sense of awareness, a constant influx of information not derived from logic, sight, or sound. Instead, they speak of impressions, feelings, images that flash in the mind, a sudden knowing. These impressions often come uninvited. For some, they appear in dreams. For others, while wide awake. What all psychic experiences share is their unexplainable nature, and the often deeply personal emotional effect they have. For many who identify as a psychic, their journey begins in early childhood. Long before they understand the word intuition, before they've heard of mediumship or extrasensory perception, they begin to experience a subtle, yet powerful, awareness. It might start with an uncanny sense of knowing, a child predicting that someone will visit before the doorbell rings, sensing a relative's illness before symptoms appear, or having vivid dreams of events that unfold days or weeks later. Others describe interactions with invisible companions, what adults dismiss as imaginary friends, that turn out to resemble deceased family members, sometimes ones the child has never met or heard about. These moments are often brushed off by parents and caregivers, seen as coincidence, overactive imagination, childhood fantasy. But to the child, these experiences feel completely real. In some cases, they are frightening. Children may wake up in the middle of the night claiming to see figures standing near their bed. They may express dread about places, people, or situations, without being able to explain why. They might become emotionally reactive or withdrawn, confused by the feelings they absorb from others around them. Psychics often report feeling different growing up. Sensitive, overwhelmed, emotionally porous. Many say they could sense tension in their homes before conflict arose, or knew when someone was lying, not because of tone or expression, but because of what they felt in their bodies. Psychologists sometimes diagnose these children as highly sensitive or empathic, traits that overlap closely with psychic self-reports. In some spiritual traditions, these children are recognized and supported. Without guidance, many young psychics learn to hide their abilities, or worse, begin to question their own reality. The result is often isolation, anxiety, or emotional confusion. For some, these abilities go dormant during adolescence, reawakening years later under stress, loss, or spiritual seeking. For others, they never fade, becoming an inseparable, if misunderstood, part of their identity. The early signs of psychic ability rarely come with instruction. They appear quietly, unpredictably, without validation from the world around them. And yet, for those who experience them, these moments become foundational, the first brush with an invisible language, the first glimpse into a reality most people never see. To live as a psychic is to navigate not one, but two overlapping realities: the material world and the energetic world that lies just beneath it. Psychics often describe heightened sensitivity, not just to people, but to places, emotions, even memories embedded in the energy of a room. Walking into a space, a psychic might instantly feel sadness or anger, residual emotions, as if the walls themselves had stories to tell. In social settings, they can be overwhelmed by stimuli. Faces blur, emotions flood in. Physical sensations, headaches, dizziness, pressure, often arise from absorbing too much. While most people rely on their five senses to interact with their environment, psychics describe a sixth, or even seventh, layer of perception. An ability to receive information from sources that are invisible, unspoken, and often beyond logical comprehension. This perception can take many forms. In the psychic community, these forms are often referred to as the clairs, short for the French word clair, meaning clear. Each clair represents a different intuitive channel. The four most common types of clairs are: Number 1 is clairvoyance. The most well-known of the intuitive senses, this is the ability to receive visual information beyond the physical eye. Psychics with this ability often report seeing flashes of images, symbolic scenes, colors, or even entire sequences, like a dream playing out in their mind's eye. These visions may be literal or metaphorical, often requiring interpretation. A rose might symbolize love. A storm might reflect emotional chaos. Clairvoyance is rarely cinematic. More often it's fleeting, like a mental snapshot, clear for a moment, then gone. Number 2 is clairaudience. This is the ability to hear messages or sounds that don't originate in the physical world. This can be an actual voice, as if someone whispered directly into the ear, or internal, like a thought that doesn't feel like one's own. Some clairaudience hear music, names, or phrases. Others describe hearing sudden tones, ringing, or pops, which signal the presence of spirit or a shift in energy. Number 3 is clairsentience. This is the intuitive sense of feeling, but not just emotions, physical sensations as well. A clairsentient may suddenly feel sorrow, anxiety, or joy that doesn't belong to them. Emotional energy transferred from another person or spirit. In some cases, they might physically feel what another has felt. Chest pain from someone who passed of heart failure, or pressure in the head related to an accident. It is one of the most common forms of psychic sensitivity, and one of the most difficult to manage without training or awareness. And finally, claircognizance. This is the ability to simply know something, without evidence, logic, or prior information. Psychics with this ability often receive full thoughts, answers, or understandings that arrive instantaneously, as if dropped into their consciousness. It's often described as a download, a rush of insight that feels both foreign and familiar. Unlike the other clairs, claircognizance comes without sensation. There's no voice, no image, no feeling, just the knowing. For many psychics, more than one clair is active, and often simultaneously. They may see a symbol, feel its emotional tone, and instantly know what it means. The messages are not always dramatic. They can be subtle, a passing thought, a sensation in the body, a word that echoes without source. In the world of intuitive perception, two terms are often used interchangeably, psychic and medium. But while they are closely related, they are not the same. All mediums are psychic, but not all psychics are mediums. The difference lies in where the information comes from, and who is communicating. A psychic receives information by tuning into the energy field that surrounds a person, place, or event, often called the aura or energetic blueprint. This information may relate to the person's emotions, thoughts, memories, or potential future outcomes. Some psychics read energy through objects, psychometry, others through intuitive impressions, visions, or feelings. Psychics can sense emotional blocks, relationship dynamics, career decisions, past experiences, potential outcomes based on current energy. They may use tools like tarot cards, pendulums, runes, or simply their natural intuitive faculties to receive guidance. But crucially, they are tuning into your energy. A medium, on the other hand, acts as a conduit between the physical world and the spirit world. Mediumship involves direct communication with souls who have passed on, loved ones, ancestors, or spiritual guides. Rather than reading your energy, the medium receives information from an external consciousness, often described as receiving it from spirit. Mediums may deliver messages from deceased loved ones, validate names, dates, and personal memories, offer emotional closure or unresolved communication, serve as a link between the grieving and the departed. The experience is often deeply emotional, both for the sitter and the medium. Where a psychic taps into what is, your present energy and probability-based timelines, a medium taps into who was, those who have crossed into the next life. The psychic is an energetic interpreter. The medium is a spiritual messenger. One reads patterns in the current field. The other bridges dimensions of existence. Despite their differences, psychics and mediums often share the same intention: to provide insight, peace, and healing. Many practitioners carry both abilities, seamlessly moving between psychic insight and mediumistic messages within a single session. A psychic might start by reading a client's energy, then pause, as a loved one in spirit suddenly steps forward with a message. These moments are unexpected, powerful, often profoundly transformative. From the Oracle of Delphi in ancient Greece to the shamans of indigenous tribes, every culture has its seers and visionaries. These individuals have long served as conduits to the divine, offering guidance and insight. Yet, in the modern age, psychics often face skepticism, dismissed as frauds or entertainers. The scientific community remains divided on psychic phenomena. Some researchers dismiss it entirely, citing cognitive biases like cold reading, confirmation bias, and the desire for meaning in randomness. Others, including respected physicists and parapsychologists, suggest that consciousness may not be confined to the brain, and that non-local awareness could explain some of the more unexplainable phenomena reported by psychics. Studies on remote viewing and precognition have produced statistically significant results, but have yet to gain mainstream acceptance. In the shadows of legitimate inquiry are frauds and exploiters, performers who use manipulation for personal gain, contributing to public distrust. For many skeptics, the lack of repeatable, controlled data is the final word. But for those who have experienced it firsthand, the data is personal. To carry psychic awareness is not without cost. Many psychics report fatigue, emotional overwhelm, and bouts of depression, often caused by constant energetic exposure to pain, grief, and unresolved trauma. Some describe empathic burnout, taking on too much, too fast, and losing the ability to distinguish between their own emotions and the emotions of others. Others speak of spiritual downloads that leave them disoriented, overstimulated, or drained for days. To manage the toll, many psychics turn to solitude, nature, or creative practices that restore balance. They are not disconnected from life, only more attuned to its layers. Despite the challenges, many psychics view their ability as a gift, not for themselves, but for others. They serve as intuitive counselors, energy healers, or spiritual guides. They offer insight where logic falls short. They provide connection where grief leaves silence. The power of a psychic reading lies not just in accuracy, but in its potential to awaken something dormant within the client. A sense of purpose, peace, a reminder of the invisible threads that bind us. In every culture throughout history, psychics have existed. In modern society, they remain on the fringe, and yet, their presence is sought by millions each year. In the end, being a psychic is about more than seeing the future or speaking to spirits. It is about living in tune with the unseen, navigating a world that oscillates between skepticism and wonder. For those who walk this path, it is a calling that demands courage, compassion, and an unwavering belief in the power of connection. In a society that craves certainty, psychics offer something else: a glimpse into the unknown, a spark of hope, and a reminder that there is more to this world than meets the eye.
Okay. Very interesting. Could you see any of that?
No, I did not see 1 minute.
Well, I mean, we gotta get that thing fixed, whatever their problem is.
I don't know what it is.
Debbie, welcome.
Hi, Debbie.
Welcome back.
Hey, Debbie, did you see the video, or was I the only one that couldn't see it?
Yeah, Kathy, welcome to the show. Let us know if you
Hi, Debbie.
if the video showed for you well. I could see it fine. I think it's something wrong with your internet.
Huh.
Debbie's good. I mean, it's all on your end. I don't know what it is. It's your laptop or your actual internet. I know you got like pretty cheap internet service.
Yeah, but I have other things too. Oh well.
Okay. I mean, good. Good sound and picture. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We're kind of debating. We do these mini reads, and then we do a lot of different things, and sometimes we do these videos on different topics, and we're just wondering whether people, I mean, really like the videos, or they want more of Shari doing mini reads and reads with people and alphabet messages and different things like that. So this one is a 12-minute. Maybe we do things that are a little shorter. Um, I don't know, but just let us know if you like these kinds of video topics, and whether we should be doing it. Debbie on the phone. Okay, well, that's good. Um, I think it's just you.
I don't know what it is. We didn't have any problem before the show started, and I couldn't see the countdown at all. It was
Okay,
just all
well,
black.
we'll have to figure that out. Debbie, I'm glad you like it. We'll keep doing it. We'll do some um, little shorter versions of it, maybe less than 10 minutes. If you all have some suggestions on what kind of video topics you'd like for us to do, uh, let us know, and I'll get a video going, and we'll get it out there for you.
Okay.
And I like doing these videos; they're kind of fun for me,
Hmm.
kind of interesting. So good.
I wish I could comment on it. Gosh darn it! I wanted to see it, but oh
I mean,
well.
that applies right to you. You know what it's like being okay, Shari. What is it like being a psychic from your perspective?
Well, I tell you, I've tamed it down through the years. When I first started, I was all giddy. It was so exciting. And when I'd go out to dinner with my husband, I'd try to zone in on other people. I'd be like, oh, this, I could tell what other people around me were thinking or stuff. That's not a good idea, because when I pull my energy back, then I pull maybe a little bit of them back too. And that's kind of
Uh,
invading somebody's privacy.
yeah.
Um, yeah. So I just tune it down. And
Well, you kind of knew before that, right? I mean, what was the earliest that you had a vision, or that you could see things? Do you remember?
I remember back to when I was little, even before school. I wasn't even in kindergarten. I remember waking mom and dad up and saying, Kathy's with the police, our sister, when she had that really bad wreck. And
Yeah.
um,
And how old were you then?
I wasn't even in kindergarten. So I was probably 4.
Okay.
So,
Long
and
time.
yeah. And things would, yeah,
Long
yeah.
time ago. Long time.
Things would come to me, and it would be like in the back of my mind, like, oh, I'll probably, you know, a train will come and I'll be late for school, and then here would come a train.
Really?
Things like that. And I wouldn't even know that that was it until after the fact. But then through training and everything, you get to know some things. You just know that
Right.
without a doubt. And it takes practice for me anyway. um and like you said, the I don't know what the video said, but a lot of the kids coming in nowadays, highly intuitive.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's just gonna, they're of a different DNA. I mean, these kids, and that's going to be the way the world rolls eventually.
Yeah.
So,
So, I mean, the video did talk about the different clairs, just like your training video.
oh, did it?
How do they communicate with you? How do you know it's them and not just your own mind?
Well, because I do the intention first. Like I set out, they know that I'm wanting answers when I ask. But I get a whole variety. Sometimes I'll just get a little picture. Sometimes I'll get the whole movie. Sometimes they'll drop the whole concept in my head within a matter of 2 seconds. And then I have to
Really?
kind of articulate it. Um, when I say I hear Irene or my guides, only a handful of times have I heard it outside of my voice. It always comes in my voice. So a lot of times I'll think it's me, but I've done it long enough to where I know it's not.
Is there a different feeling? I mean, if it's your
Yeah.
own voice, I mean, can you feel it differently, or um, does it come
Irene,
to you faster, or
I guess it's funny. I take it for granted, but Irene is always on my right side. So
really?
yeah, so I'll feel it coming in from that side.
Okay,
Um,
so you're a little bit of an empath too, right?
hmm Yeah, so I can feel things. I can feel other people. Sometimes when I do readings, I have to pull myself back because I can get in their energy and almost start crying because it's like they'll take me down through all their trauma. Um,
Really? Wow.
yeah, so yeah,
Okay.
and they'll take me back in their childhood, and I can feel how they feel. Um, So, yeah, I just get every reading is tailor made just for everybody's different. Even if you and I get people that call me on a kind of a regular basis, and every reading might be different because they'll be at a different place vibrationally, and so might I. And we kind of have to sync up. So,
Yeah, I know we did another video on how you prepare for the psychic reading. So you go through your little chants and incantations
you
or
know,
whatever.
I almost forgot about that. Remember when we did that? And every time when I would get to a certain spot, I would mess up and
Yeah.
I couldn't remember it, which is the funniest thing because I literally do that 4 to 5 times a week. I do it without even thinking.
Yeah.
I
And
just
one thing that you had mentioned to me that I thought was pretty interesting is you have sometimes you lump your psychic readings together, like two or three in a row,
oh
and you do
yeah.
your chants and incantations, but your spirits are actually, before you even get on the telephone with these people, the spirits already know you're going to be meeting with them. They're already giving you things even before you get on the phone with them,
Yeah,
right?
it doesn't
That's
happen with every person, but I get notified when people book reads with me instantly. And some people I will instantly get just a picture or just a little something. It won't make any sense to me, but and then when I do the read, and it might be a week before, they might book it a week ahead of time, 2 weeks ahead of time. And then when I get to do the reading, instantly it'll come back to me and I'll think, oh, yeah, I remember when they booked that. And then that will be something pretty significant about the read.
really.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, that is interesting.
hmm And yeah, so and when I do that intro, I just do it once. And if I have 7 readings, I call in all the groups at once. So they're
Oh,
reading.
really?
Yeah.
The higher souls on all of the people,
Well,
you bring them
all their
in
helpers and stuff,
all at
their
the same time?
guides.
Oh, really? Hmm.
And sometimes when I do reads, this happens quite often. Say I do a reading and then I'm like, okay, bye bye. And then I do my next read. Sometimes I'll get somebody that lingers that doesn't want to leave and when their spirit and I'm like, okay, you got to go. You're from the other read, or
Oh,
I'll get
really?
somebody that wants to cut in line, and I might be on my second or third read, but it might be somebody my fourth read wants to jump in. I've had that
Really?
happen too. Yeah.
Boy, impatient.
Uh
Even
huh.
even in the spirit world.
Yep, I've had them where they pushing over each other, and some will. I can see them just saying, "No, you. It's my turn now." They'll almost be fighting who gets to talk
Really?
to me. Yeah.
Wow. That's interesting.
hmm
So, I mean, can you feel those, or do you see those? Do you see those
I see
spirits,
them
or
in my mind's eye. I don't see them outside of my mind's eye. Very rarely will I see something outside of my mind's eye.
okay, so you're more like clairvoyant?
Yes.
That's clairvoyant, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I said, I sense it. I'll know that they're there. Sometimes I won't know who they are, but I'll know somebody's there. It's just a whole different way. Like think about it. Everybody that crosses over, they all have their own personality. So
Yeah.
when I start doing readings with people, and I bring in somebody from the other side for them, sometimes it's like playing charades because I don't know how they're going to give me their messages. Everybody gives them to me and they put their own little twist on it. And some people are, I can tell the ones that come through that are super, super smart when they went to the other side, because I think it's easy to say it's not going to be hard to outsmart me, but I was waiting for you to say something.
I was waiting to see if you were going to say anything.
Yeah. But some of them, their messages will be so intertwined, and like each message will buddy off the other one. And man, it's like they put a lot of thought into it. It's really neat.
Really?
So
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you like it, Kathy. Appreciate that.
okay.
How
I
about?
think Kathy, I might have given her a personal reading, couple days ago. I don't know. The name sounds familiar just because we have a sister named Kathy.
Yeah.
So I think, can I give Debbie and Kathy? Okay, here we go. I was going to say, I knew they wanted reads.
Okay.
Can you tell me more about my spirit guides? How do you know how many you have on your spirit team? Oh, I love that question, Debbie. That actually we're going to work on that for our next training video. We were just talking about it, weren't we, Bobby, about the
Yeah.
guides coming in. Everybody has their own team. And what I do is we know that I work with like 5 that come in that are with you your whole life. And then there can be others that come in as well when needed. It can be loved ones, even your pets. It can be angels. All kinds can come in. As far as your spirit guide, the first one that instantly pops up, um, for you, Debbie, I see a protector that stands very close to you and is wanting you to start communicating and start working with him. I started out with my joy guide first, and then my protectors came, but it doesn't matter which way you do it. But that's what I see uh, with you, Debbie, is the protector is coming in. And again, if you tune in, our next class will be really great. We're going to start working with how to really start communicating with your spirit guides. So,
Okay. Good. You have anything for Kathy?
yeah,
You feel anything?
let's get in here just a bit. One thing, and again, they show me a picture. It's like a lady that has on really high heels, and she's sticking those high heels in the sand. And it's like they're saying, stand your ground, draw the boundaries, stand your ground, and don't waver. So that was the message that came in for Kathy. And I got to tell you, with Kathy, speaking of the guides, I feel that her joy guide is very close to her. Joy guides try to make things funny, and just like that, they try to bring you joy. That's what we're picking up with Kathy, is that um, hers wants to try to uplift her spirits. So she stands very close. And again, um, Kathy can tune in on our show and our next training series. I think they'll both really enjoy that.
Okay. Good. Good. Um, all right. How about we get into your celebrity vision? This should
Okay.
be interesting. I know you were telling me a little bit about it a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
So now you're going to go through a vision board that you've created for a specific celebrity in the spotlight. This time it's Ozzy Osbourne,
Mm-hmm.
who actually passed a few weeks ago. During Sherry's meditation, our spirit guides share specific visions for the celebrity by the way of pictures. In this case, I believe you talked to Ozzy himself
Mm-hmm.
instead of going through Irene.
Yeah.
And so then you share with me those pictures, and then I take those pictures and put them on a vision board, just for that celebrity. So, as I say, this is a little bit different. Let's go ahead and get into it. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right.
All right. So the first thing that Ozzy told me, and I could feel his presence standing almost like he was hovering right next to me. Um, I don't, honestly, I found him a little strange, uh, just from my perspective, but he just was more of an observer and would stand there. He wouldn't offer a lot of information unless I would ask him a specific question. Um, but we were kind of chit chatting a bit, and he did tell me that he said he didn't know why everybody missed him so much because he says I wasn't that much company when I was here. And I guess what I got from him is he was really surprised at the effect that he had, not only on his family and the people that knew him, but all over the whole world. He just had no idea the ripple effect. He knew he was famous, of course, but not to the extent that he can see from the other side. He kept showing me, and we're going to go to the top left corner, this ruby ring. He kept showing me a ruby, but it wasn't in that shape. It was actually a shape like what I would think a diamond would be. And he kept holding it in the palm of his hand, and the point of it was just spinning around, and it was this beautiful ruby. And he kept saying that this is very significant for his family members and especially for his wife. And it's as if he wanted to was trying to hand it to me almost to where I could pick it up in my hand. Um, but I couldn't get a whole lot more out of the significance of that ruby, but he just kept saying it meant so much to Sharon. So, and then we go over a little bit where you see the ear. And he said he was so glad that he could hear out of both of his ears now. Um, he was glad to hang up his costume, which is the physical body. He says it was messed up, but he didn't use the word messed up. He used the F word. And and again, every time I could sense him walking by me, he had on black and he would stare at me with this blank stare. And if I would, even after I did this spirit art, I would walk through my house and it was like he was following me, like hovering around. It After a while it got a little disturbing and I had to tell him kind of to back away. Um, but anything I would ask, he would give me the information. Um, so with that being said, let's go up over to the right a little bit where you see the spirits. And he said that he wanted to tell his son Jack that if he goes on ghost hunts, I don't know if Jack does that. He just said he needs more protection, that he needs to learn how to protect himself because he picks up hitchhikers, because his energy attracts it. It feels like if you go into doing ghost hunting or anything like that, anybody who does that, they know that if they're really scared um, or fearful or they're depressed, anything, they're going to be the target for some of these spirits, especially negative spirits, just to latch on. And some of them, we call them hitchhikers because they really do latch on and they'll come home with you. Um, we slide over a little bit to his wife Sharon with the pencil and the pen, and he said it just like this: Sharon, my dear, you still have to tie up loose ends and a lot of paperwork for the kids before you come to this side with me. So he was saying, of course, there's a lot of paperwork, I'm sure, but other things too, more than just the paperwork. And he's like, almost like he wants her to stay busy because but I don't know if she can actually physically because he was saying that she was really wanting to go to the other side and her body was starting to deteriorate. But he's like, hang on and get some of this stuff done for the children. If you drop down to the little skeleton, he says, I wasn't scared of death until almost the end. But he said, then I made peace with the peacemaker. And he told me it's nothing like what he thought on the other side. Um, it was a lot different than what he anticipated or what he thought would happen. I I got the sense like he thought he was going to be punished for either some of the things he's done in his lifetime or things that he thought of, whatever. But he says it was nothing like that. There was no judgment, or there is no judgment. Um, we go down a little bit more over to this little gold record. He said that he's going to inspire his daughter Kelly to write a song about him and that she'll sing it as a tribute to me. But he says, not at my funeral. This will be further down the road. Maybe some sort of a music award show, something of that nature. They're just showing me her there. Oh, and he's kind of coming in now a little bit as I'm talking about this. He says that she might have rubies on. So there's something here with the rubies with the whole family. If we go to the bottom middle, this must be his home. I can barely see it, but I think that's what it is. And he says, Sharon hears my shuffle in the house now that I'm gone, but I'm not really gone, and she knows it. Because he says that a lot of the dogs can see him, and she can feel and hear his presence a lot. He is in that home a lot. If we go to the bottom left, about his daughter, Kelly, he says that she will host a lot of game shows. She likes this mindless stuff to keep her from feeling her emotions. So I don't know if I've never seen her on any game shows, but I'm sure a lot of celebrities are. And a lot of people do that when they don't want to face emotions, especially something traumatic. They'll keep themselves busy or they'll do mindless things. Me cleaning, because I've owned a cleaning business for so long, when I feel out of sorts, I like to clean. It makes me feel normal. And he said that's what his daughter Kelly's going to be doing. Now, if you go up to a picture of Jack, a couple of times he's referenced about Jack and maybe struggles with depression or with emotions. And he says, Jack will start to really feel my presence in and out of the house. So not only will he feel him, and everyone probably will in the home, but he says, even when Jack is outside of the home, he says, I will make my presence known, especially when he jumps down rabbit holes. He struggles with depression and darker energies. And so when this happens, Ozzy's wants to come in. Almost, he was telling me like he wants to try to be one of his protectors, just like we were talking about earlier. We all have our main protectors, but our loved ones can come in and help us on a lot of different levels too. And then again, he said, this side is not what I expected. I really expected to be punished, but nothing of the sort. And that's exactly the way he said it. His sentences were pretty short and sweet and to the point, but yet I could pick up I could pick up the downloads and get more information that way through the energy. Again, I wrote down, he really would just stand really close to me, and he had on all black, and he stared at me with this blank look, and he would just linger around. It's as if he didn't want to leave. Even after I got all the information, he would follow me in the kitchen and all around. And it's funny because they don't walk, or he wasn't. It's almost as if they glide, like if they were on roller skates. So he kind of was gliding around, and that's when I said, "Okay, Ozzy, I got all the information. Thank you. Now maybe we'll talk again sometime." And then poof, there he goes. So that was kind of fun bringing in Ozzy, and I really enjoyed it, and they come through quite nicely. So I'm sure I'll do many other celebrities who have crossed over. So
All right. Well,
okay,
that was interesting.
Yeah, it really was. I just can't. And I have talked to celebrities before, several of them on the other side. And like I said, it was really neat that that viewer or somebody who put a comment last time said that. So that's a good idea.
Yeah, that is. Okay, welcome, Michelle. Glad to
Hi,
have you
Michelle.
here. Debbie, any messages or thoughts for her today? Getting a lot accomplished, but there is lots more to stay steadfast or anything to consider.
Okay, Debbie. The first thing when I read that, one thing that your spirit team is saying is when you think of something that's already happened, even if it just happened last week, yesterday, they said, think of the good things. If it's not something good, then try to um, just kind of ask what it is you need to learn, and then replace it with a good thought. Um, this way, it will raise your vibration, and then more of the good things will come to you because the universe is neutral. It's going to give you what you vibrate at.
Okay,
So,
interesting. Um, yeah, I think she's talking about Ozzy and not you.
oh, I can barely read it. Let's see.
I think he was a bit strange, but seemed like a very sincere, nice person.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know what was funny? You gave me this like Friday for me to do the vision board with the
Uh-huh.
pictures and everything. I think it was no, it was Saturday.
Saturday.
You
Yeah.
gave it to me Saturday, and Monday, Tracy and I were watching TV, and we went to there was a game show on Fox called Lego Masters Junior.
Uh-huh.
Did you see that?
No, I've seen the Lego Masters,
Yeah,
the big people, but not. I take it was little kids.
yeah. This was little kids. Guess
Uh-huh.
who the um, host was? Kelly Osbourne.
Oh, you're kidding. I was
I
like, it
swear to
couldn't have
God.
been Ozzy.
No,
Kelly Osbourne, you're kidding.
no. It's
I
funny you just said that she was going to host a game show, and it was just
huh.
2 days ago she did.
Wow.
Yeah,
Huh.
that's funny.
Wow.
What a
Yeah.
coincidence.
What yeah. Well, I guess he wasn't kidding, huh?
Well, I guess not. So,
Huh.
all right, why don't we go ahead and get into some alphabet messages?
Okay.
Go ahead and do that. So now we're going to do some alphabet messages for all of you. Sherry's going to provide a spiritual message to everyone, either listening to the show right now or through a pre-recorded version of it. Works either way. Everyone watching the show right now, I want you to select a letter, either A, B, or C. Don't think about it. Just whatever immediately popped into your head. And Sherry, one popped into mine.
I was
So I've
just
got
gonna
one.
say we always forget that.
I know I've got one now.
Okay.
So whatever immediately popped into your head, that's the letter. Don't think about it, because if you have to think about it, then it's in your mind that's coming to you. It's not from spirit.
Right.
Whatever came to you, that's your letter. Okay. So now everyone should have their letter. Sherry, are you ready?
Yep.
All right.
Okay. All right. So for those of you who picked A, Spirit tells me that you will start to see things differently. Not only people, but material things and things in your home. And what they're saying is they kind of download what happened to me last week. I was sitting in my living room and I have two different lamps that have been there for 20 years. And I kept thinking, these are in the wrong place. They need to be switched. I wonder why I put them there. They don't even look right the way they are. So for 20 years, it never bothered me. And then all of a sudden, I thought, oh, this has got to be changed. So this might start happening with a lot of you if you pick A. You're going to start to see things really differently and think, oh, well, maybe this doesn't look right here. It could even be at your work. You might have always done something a certain way, and you're like, why have I done it this way for 10 years? This way is easier. Or people, you might see people, what you think might be changing, but they really aren't changing at all. They're still the same. You're just seeing them through different lenses. So that's if you picked A. If you picked B, Irene is saying it's time to plan a vacation. If you can't plan a vacation, then even do a plan a date night, or plan to go bowling on Friday night, or join a class. Oh, we're going to do this Friday. They want you to have something to look forward to, something that you enjoy. And even if it's online, but they just want other people to be around you, and they just want you, the bottom line is to have something to look forward to. When my husband and I book our vacations, we will sometimes book them 5 months in advance, because I just love the countdown. Sometimes it's better than the actual vacation, I might say, but most of the time we have good vacations. So that is if you picked B. If you picked C, Spirit is urging you to do a budget, to start trimming some of that fat. I have an app on my phone. It's a little wallet. It's called Spending. On there, you can put every dime that you make for the whole month, or you can do it for the week. I do it for the month, and then every dime that you spend. And it is amazing how money just goes out of your hand. And even every time, if I go to the McDonald's and get a soda pop, you put that in, it's crazy how much money adds up and how much fat you can trim, I can hear Irene say. And so, there's something to be said for saving money. And this is for if something happens, then you won't be blindsided, and you'll have some extra money. So if you picked C, they're urging you to do a little budget, and that they're just saying there's a lot of ways to save money. So those are the alphabet messages, and I hope everybody liked them. And I'm dying to know which one is yours.
Should I tell you, or the secret?
No, you got to tell us to see what.
Okay. Well, I picked B. As I was reading it, it just popped in my head.
Uh huh.
And the B is like planning an outing, a vacation. And it's funny because I am planning a vacation. I'm taking my daughter down to Disney World and Universal Studios in November. So we
Yeah.
have to start planning now. I booked the hotel like last week, and we're trying to figure out, what days we want to go to what parks, because
Uh-huh.
Universal has like four different parks.
I know it's
Disney
cool.
has like three or four different things. So
Yeah.
I mean, we can't do everything. Trying to plan that's kind of crazy.
Well, I tell you
Yeah.
what, though, too, before the show, and I said plan a date night, or not
Yeah.
that we're going on a date, but we're going. My husband and I are going to your house in a couple weeks,
That's
or
right,
next
yeah,
weekend.
and, week from Saturday, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, smoke some ribs and, have a cookout, different things like that. Uh, hopefully it turns out okay, those ribs, it's like low and slow. It's kinda hard to cook them and get them right, so
I'll let
don't
everybody
don't
know
don't
how
yell at
those
me.
ribs are. He's
Don't
been
yell at me
bragging
if they
on them.
screw up. I'm getting pretty good at it, so,
Hey, yeah. We might
some
have to do a YouTube on a live one, Bobby doing the ribs.
Yeah, and then you're gonna have to say they taste great even if they don't.
Right, as I'm spitting them out. And,
Yeah, right. Debbie, are ever two letters for you? Sometimes I tie, and both messages work for me, even though I finally chose two of the two. Ah, interesting.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I
good.
guess you could. So, like I said, some of these, when we do it, it should be like right now. Like if you don't feel like maybe you need to do a budget right now, but sometimes things will linger in the back of your mind, or just like you planning the vacation.
Yeah,
Um, and yes, and oh, I love how it just downloaded something in my head. Two of these can work, because I got to tell you too. I used to do stand up. Mediumship at a church, and I might give a message to somebody in the audience. Sometimes that message could be for several people, because spirit will do that too. Uh,
really.
and yes, they will make it to where, because they don't want it's no fun if only two people or three people get it. Spirit will make it to where it can help a lot of people. It might not be Uncle Joe. Everybody has an Uncle Joe, but it could be something that they hear that just might spark something in them that makes them feel better, or they're like, wow, I never thought of that.
Yeah. Well, I
So,
mean, that's kind of the gist of these alphabet messages, right?
yeah.
You give these
And
messages to the masses, and we hear so many responses and feedback from people that these things are just so spot on with them.
well,
It's
and
crazy.
yeah, and I mean, let's face it, if you really believe we really are all one.
Yeah.
And
No.
when it goes back to me doing my readings, I've told you, I don't know how many times, when I'm doing a reading, I literally feel like I am giving a reading to myself, because it's like people will come in that have the same thing going on in their life that's going on in my life. It's
Really?
crazy.
Uh,
Yeah.
Debbie had the same thing, I guess. She's heard other people's reads that resonates with her.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
And
interesting.
she said resonates right. I've been
Resonates,
working on
yeah, I know. She said it, and she even spelled it correctly.
that. Good job, Debbie.
Okay, well, I think that's all we've got on the agenda for today.
Yeah.
Anything you wanna share with any of our guests here?
Yeah, I mean, just tune in. We're giving it a good college try. We're going to try to be here every Wednesday at 6, and we'd like to build a following to where we get a lot of comments, and you can get just a little bit of something something in a reading, and they're free. So,
Yeah, right. So, oh, yeah, good, and, I mean, hopefully you liked it. If you like it, tune in next Wednesday at 6 p.m. If you don't, then don't.
yeah, just click on through.
Yeah, but, yeah, tell all your friends too, because the more we get out here, the more interaction we've got, and, that's really kinda what makes it fun, you know?
Yeah. I
Connecting with people and things.
And if it wasn't for connecting last week, I never would have thought to do somebody who's crossed over on I
That's right, we're gonna have to do a lot
never
more of
crossed my
them.
mind.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah, really. Alright, good. Alright, so, we'll get out of here. Thanks for tuning in for today's shows. Thanks to our guests and our viewers, who've commented for us. Um, as always, if you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a video you'd like me to do, then put it down in the comments section and I'll get to work on it. Um, if you'd like a private read with Shari, just go to psychicshari.com, go down in the schedule now button, click on it, the available dates and times, very affordable prices, 20 and 30-minute prices. Um, and if you'd like a mini read on to be shown on YouTube, free 10-minute mini read, go ahead and send us an email, sherryklein11@gmail.com. Just down in the comments section or the descriptor, just put you like a mini read a way, and that'll differentiate your email from everybody else's email. Then we'll get back with you. We'll get you a date and time for the pre-recorded reading and a URL you can click on. Really easy to do. If you got privacy concerns, don't worry about it. I mean, hopefully you've seen a lot of the other mini reads where people have turned their webcams off and even given fake names.
Yeah.
You can do that, so you can be completely anonymous. Either way you want to do it. So we just want to get a lot of people with reads and got a lot of people talking and communicating back and forth here. So um, we'll make it fun. We'll make a community out of it one of these days.
Yeah.
So, all right, that'll do it.
Okie doke.
Thanks a lot, everybody. Shari, we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks everybody for
Hey,
joining in. See
yeah.
ya.